I think a lot of the intermediate AI systems could be really useful, but it actually just takes a lot of schlep to integrate them, right? Like GPT-4, whatever, 4.5, probably there's a lot you could do with them in a business use case, but you really got to change your workflows to make them useful. And it's just like there's a lot of it's a very Tyler Cowen-esque take. It just takes a long time to diffuse. It's like we're an SF, and so we missed that or whatever. But I think in some sense, the way a lot of these systems want to be integrated is you kind of get this sort of sonic boom where it's, the sort of intermediate systems could have done it, but it would have taken schlep. And before you do the schlep to integrate them, you get much more powerful systems that are sort of unhobbled. And so they're this agent and there's this drop-in remote worker. And, and then you're kind of interacting with them like a coworker, right? You can do Zoom calls with them and you're slacking them and you're like, can you do this project? And then they go off and they, go away for a week and write a first draft and get feedback on them and, run tests on their code. And then they come back and you see it and you tell them a little bit more things or, and that'll be much easier to integrate. And so, it might be that actually you need a bit of overkill to make the sort of transition easy and to really harvest the gains.
What do you mean by the overkill? Overkill on the model capabilities?
Yeah. So basically the intermediate models could do it, but it would take a lot of schlep. So then, they're like, actually, it's just the drop-in remote worker kind of AGI that can automate, cognitive tasks that actually just ends up kind of like, basically it's you're like, the intermediate models would have made the software engineer more productive, but, will the software engineer adopt it? And then the, 27 model is, you just don't need the software engineer. You can literally interact with it like a software engineer and it'll do the work of a software engineer.